What's going on YouTube? Daybreak48 coming back at you guys with yet again another discussion video. Today's topic is on why in the world have we not gotten any figures from the Fairy Tail franchise. This is, well, the time that I'm making this video, it is August 2nd, 2017. Now guys, let's think about this. There are no action figures of these characters, period. I tried Googling it. You ready? Fairy Tail action figures. All the figures that you are currently seeing, they are all scale figures. Lots of lewd figures, but that's okay. We like lewd figures. But yeah, there's no action figures of any Fairy Tail characters, which is really, really odd. Why? Well, if you think about it, when it comes to the cornerstones of anime, if you ask people, hey, what really got you into anime? What was your gateway anime? Well, lots of people will say Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, and Fairy Tail is definitely one of those gateway animes. And to see that this franchise hasn't gotten a single action figure of any of its characters, it really just blows my mind. With the fans really backing up this line, with the amount of awesome characters that you can produce, I don't see why there is no figures of these characters. And it's kind of weird. Am I missing something? I tried Googling this as well. Does the creator of Fairy Tail not want to make money? I mean, if you think about it, when it comes to movies, TV shows, anime, etc., how do you make money? Well, you make money by selling your manga. You make money by giving the licenses out to TV companies so that they can air the episodes, DVD sales, etc., merchandise sales. When it comes to the Fairy Tail merch scene, if I go to a place like Ami Ami, there is a scale figure of this guy which came out in, September 2014. And then if you just look at the Fairy Tail merch, there's really nothing there. It's just a lot of scale figures, like I said, which are really, really old. And like DVDs, CDs, and pins, and just random crap that you're not going to be making much money off of. So I question, is there a stigma with Fairy Tail? Do people think that Fairy Tail action figures won't sell? Because if that's the case, I think they're dead wrong. If you think about it, take a look. Dragon Ball Z. They started out this line with Piccolo. They didn't even start with Goku. They started with Piccolo. And look at where it is today. This line freaking blew up. Yes, it has the backing of its fans, but I would say Fairy Tail has a really strong following as well. So to say that, hey, Dragon Ball Z will work, but Fairy Tail won't, that doesn't make any sense. Another great example would be the Naruto line. Now, when the Naruto line first came out, guys, if you did not know, these were the two Naruto figures that came out. And they were horrendous. A lot of people bashed them. Why? Because, for example, this Sasuke figure, I'm pretty sure it was this Sasuke figure. I actually owned it, and I sold it because the shoulder joints were ridiculous. They were so bad. But then SH Figure Arts went back and were like, you know what? We're going to fix things. And they gave us updated versions. And now look at it. They're going crazy with these Naruto characters. If you take a look at the variable action heroes, One Piece, another cornerstone of anime, they're killing it. SH Figure Arts, Sailor Moon, also killing it. I mean, it just makes sense that people will gravitate towards the animes that they like, and animes that have a huge following, and animes that have huge, I guess, character base. it makes sense to pump out figures because you can make some crazy money off of them. But as you guys just saw, there's literally no representation when it comes to the fairy tale franchise. So my question to you is, why is that the case? Does anyone know? Has anyone tried? No. So how do we not know that these things are not going to sell? Or going to sell, or whatever, if no one has ever tried. So, if you were to ask me, Daybreak, who would you like to pump out these fairy tale figures if they were to do so? I have two companies that I have in mind, and you guys probably already know. And if you thought Figma, the answer is no. I would not want Figma to pump out fairy tale figures. Why? Because they are very wishy-washy with their character selection. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Figma does a fantastic job when it comes to pumping out awesome representations of those certain characters. But when it comes to a franchise like Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, etc., you want to have all the characters. Or if not all, most of the characters. And Figma, for the most part, will not do that. They will pump out maybe a Natsu figure, maybe a Lucy figure, and hey, maybe heck, we'll say that it's going well, they'll probably give us like a Gray figure and an Urza, and that's pretty much it. The line is probably dead right there. Now, there have been some oddballs when it comes to the Figma franchise. For example, Madoka Magica, they freaking went ham and they gave us pretty much every single version of each character. Black Rock Shooter, same exact thing. But track record shows that Figma is not really good when it comes to completion. Now, the two companies I really have in mind are the following. The SH Figuarts brand, as you guys know, really loves that consistency. They stick with a anime and they just keep pumping them out, like aka the Dragon Ball Z line. They are continuously giving us figure after figure after figure. Sailor Moon, same thing when it comes to the SH Figuarts. Power Rangers, Super Sentai, they did it for the longest time. Are they still doing it now? Unfortunately, no, but they gave us a real good showing. The Kamen Rider, they're still pumping out those suckers. I mean, these things are crazy. It's a money hole, and to see that Fairy Tail doesn't get any of that treatment, it's just baffling. The other line that I had in mind is the new bunch, I guess the new company. It's the Variable Action Heroes. They are a fairly young company when it comes to like the consistency that I was talking about, but they've done and they've proven to me that they really care about their characters for whatever anime that they're pumping out. And for the One Piece line, I mean, look, you're getting so many characters, you're getting different variations of those characters, and they're not stopping. They're continuously giving us these awesome characters. Now, with the Variable Action Heroes line, it's probably going to be a larger scale, which is perfectly fine in my book, more detailing, etc. But they do have their QC issues. Now, don't get me wrong, SH Figuarts has its own share of QC issues, but they are a little bit more consistent than the Variable Action Heroes at this point in time, but they're pretty darn close. So I would love to see SH Figuarts or Variable Action Heroes pump out these fairy tale characters. Now, when it comes to the fairy tale characters, how could they pump these figures out? Well, they could do something like this. To start off the line, they can give us, for example, a Natsu figure. And what great accessory would be fitting for a Natsu figure? Well, maybe they can give us a Happy, a small little statue piece of Happy. He could be in his like flight mode with his wings spread, or you can have him just standing, which is perfectly fine. Why? Because then you pair that off with the Natsu figure, you give us some interchangeable faces, because when it comes to these characters, you want them to be expressive, and Natsu is obviously very expressive. He's super happy, super pissed, or he's just kind of in between. And then you give us some closed-fisted hands, some semi-open hands, and bam, there's your figure. If you wanted to be really creative, you could freaking give us, I don't know, some flame effect pieces. Hey, SH Figure Arts, they already pumped out a lot of these flame effect pieces, so they don't even need to. If they wanted to, they could, but there you go. Bam, that is a strong showing. Now, maybe you didn't want the happy figure to just be standing. Maybe you wanted the flight version instead. Well, when it comes to the SH Figure Arts line or the Variable Action Heroes line, they love to give us reuses or retooling of any character. SH Figure Arts DBZ, Goku, oh my god, we've gotten so many same Gokus but different, I guess, paint jobs. I've kind of lost track. It's crazy. You can do the same thing with the Natsu figure. You can have Natsu in a different attire, and then you can give us a attachable happy figure that can go and be pegged into any of the two Natsu figures that were released with the wings open, and there you go. You just satisfied pretty much all of the Natsu fans and the happy fans. Then you can follow that up with like a Lucy figure. You could have her accessories be the keys. You could have the whip. You could have like interchangeable faces like they always do in the hands. And if you want to be really cute, you could put, I guess, like the SH Figure Arts Street Fighter line, they have those backdrop pieces. If it's too much to give us actual celestial summons that she does, you can have a picture or a cutout that you can put on a little peg or a stand and of one of her summons, like Leo, I don't know, pick one, Virgo. It makes so much sense. Bam, that's an awesome figure. Urza, you can have her in all these amazing things, and you can just keep re-pumping out that Urza figure, but in all those different forms. Do you know how much money you would make? I mean, do you see what I'm getting at? I feel like the possibilities for this fairy tale franchise is endless, but no one has done it yet. So, my question to you, I have a couple. The first one is this. Why do you think Fairy Tail has gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to the action figure community? The second is, if you were to hand choose who would pump out these Fairy Tail figures, what company would you like to see tackle this awesome project? So, with that said, guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. If you like what you saw, please leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments, like I said, leave in the comment section down below. I would love to have this discussion with you. And if you're new, welcome. Check out my other videos. And if you like what you see, once again, subscribe. With that said, guys, this is Daybreak 748, and I am signing out. Peace out, guys.